Live and exclusive on ITV4, sponsored by the News of the World, Rockstar Energy Drink, and on the internet with www.frankwarren.tv. Proudly present 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the WBU's Welterweight Championship of the World. The officials have been appointed by the World Boxing Union and the British Boxing Board of Control. Commissioner for the WBU, Mr. Bob Rogers. British Boxing Board of Control steward in charge, Ron Pavett. Timekeeper at the bell, Neil Burner from Swansea. The three scoring judges at ringside for this championship contest are Carl Rogers from Spain, Reg Thompson and Mickey Van, both from England. Finally, when the action commences, the star referee taking charge of his 102nd world title contest, Mr. Dave Paris from Woodlesford, Leeds. And so, introducing to you firstly, the challenger. Boxing out of the red corner, wearing the black coloured shorts trimmed with silver and red. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled on the championship limit, 10 stone, 7 pounds. From 30 contests, he has 29 wins, 14 of those wins coming by way of knockout, with only the single solitary defeat. He comes to the ring this evening as the former welterweight champion of Great Britain, presenting from Charlie, Michael the Lurcher Jennings. The opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the claret, silver and green coloured shorts. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 10 stone, 6 3/4 pounds. He also has an excellent record consisting of 30 contests, 25 wins, 17 of those wins coming by way of knockout, with only 5 defeats. Tonight he makes the first defense of his title, presenting the WBU's welterweight champion of the world, from Mehrdud Takaloo. Mr. Paris with his final instructions, 12 3-minute rounds.
Okay, boys, I spoke to you both in the dressing room. You both know the rules. Remember, punch with the knuckle part of the glove. If one of you goes down, the other go to the furthest corner. Break when I tell you to. Defend yourself at all times. Shake hands, boys. Good luck to you both.
Has the makings of a really good fight, this one. Takaloo defending his WBU welterweight title against Michael Jennings, who's one of the fittest men in British boxing. Takaloo, certainly his camp, talking to them this week, felt that his punch power could be a key. He's a former WBU light middleweight champion, but hasn't really quite shown that punch power as a welterweight, and he's struggled a little bit, so the word is, in getting down to the 10 stone 7 pound welterweight limit. Jennings, as ever, well, he just about lives in a gym. He lives and breathes boxing, loves the sport, and he has made it comfortably, and his trademark is absolutely terrific physical fitness. He'll go 12 rounds, provided Takaloo can't detonate a big punch on him.
Absolutely, and the question mark, obviously, John, as you've already stated, is that, you know, Tak's a real big welterweight. He was up to light middleweight. He's come down to the welterweight limit. Can he sustain his strength over the 12-round period? We know Jennings can.
Takaloo won that title in that pretty awful fight up in Belfast last year when he beat Eamon McGee. McGee, by his own admission, had a very bad night. He'd been out of the ring for a while and almost fought as though he was in treacle. Just couldn't get to Takaloo, who himself wasn't a great deal better. As for Jennings, well, he lost his title to young Muttley last year. He's come back since then, had a decent sort of victory to rehabilitate, and now looking to get back into world contention. He was WBO #1 mandated challenger at one stage before that defeat against Muttley in Nottingham a year ago, more than a year ago now. Probably one of the best liked young men in boxing, among other fighters. I mean, you don't hear a bad word against Michael Jennings.
No, he's a real clean-cut pro. They're both good professionals. Jennings just making the brightest start for me at this moment. Takaloo taking just a little bit too long, looking at him, waiting too long. Jennings can fight like this all night long. He'll just dart in and out, 1 or 2 little shots, put his punches together when he needs to. Takaloo needs to close him down quicker.
Interesting, because Jennings has a reputation of being a little bit of a slow starter. I remember a couple of years ago when he fought Bradley Price. Price caught him cold early, and Jennings had to really dig deep to eventually come through that one. And Jennings has settled well. Incidentally, he's a drummer in a indie band outside the ring, likes his music. Thoroughly likeable lad. Has the rather strange ring nickname of the Lurcher. They can run forever, Lurchers can. Hunt down their opponents, their victims, and Jennings thinks that he can do precisely that here tonight. Quiet sort of opening round. Jennings may be just outworking Takaloo in this opening period. Final words of advice in that Takaloo corner from Jim McDonnell. He was a pretty feisty sort of competitor in his day. And Takaloo just needs to settle down and start to let his punches go. So far, he's not done a great deal.
Takaloo just boxing well within himself. You know, if he's tight at the weight, you wouldn't expect him to waste any energy unnecessarily. But he can't wait on Jennings, he just can't wait on him.
He's had some big punching performances in the past. Remember when he did Wayne Alexander, and then he took out Anthony Farnell, didn't he, in a round. That was a stunning victory which silenced Farnell's vociferous Mancunian supporters. Now 31 though, Takaloo. Possibly not quite the fighter he was. Going to work to the body. Right hand from Takaloo. It's taken good men to beat him though. Actually, I said he beat Wayne Alexander, but Wayne Alexander beat him, didn't he? Daniel Santos, Joey Khalik, he was a decent fighter from Nottingham. Michael Jones, Eugenio Monteiro, that was when Takaloo started to lose his way a bit, losing against the Portuguese.
Just getting beaten to the punch, Takaloo. Jennings' punch is still snappier, quicker. Takaloo stalking him, but not beating him to the punch.
Bit of interest in the betting world, I know, on this one. Jennings was quoted at 6-4 on. I think a few people were looking at the Jennings on points bet. 7-4, I'm told, that one. Jennings won the British welterweight title. I was telling you about him losing that one to young Mutley. He won it with a stunning victory against the Midlands hard man Jimmy Vincent. Remember that one? He went in there and just completely did a number on him.
Absolutely.
First round, that was. Takaloo is just not throwing punches.
If Jennings not standing still long enough to get pinned down, he's showing some nice lateral movement. Takaloo's trying to catch him with the right uppercut, but Jennings is moving right first and then back to his left constantly and punching on the move.
You know, you see the fighters in the couple of days before the contests, and I was up here having an opportunity to chat to the guys, and I did think that, you know, you could sort of look at a fighter and see when they look in absolutely prime condition. I thought Jennings looked in terrific shape. They looked really well.
He certainly is. I think Takaloo is still a name, but not quite the force that he once was.
Well, Jennings, I thought, edged the opening round. Duke's got it that way, and he may well have done enough to take the second period as well, because Takaloo not throwing too much of purpose so far in the closing seconds of the second. This one's kind of what they describe as a trade fight. People in boxing look at it and they say, well, look at the form lines. This has got the makings. Takaloo has the puncher's reputation, or had the puncher's reputation. Jennings trying to rehabilitate himself after that young Mutley defeat last year. Takaloo worried to lose this. How much future does he have in the sport? A lot on the line. Takaloo, a big-framed sort of fighter. I saw him standing alongside Peter Manfredo at the weigh-in yesterday, and physically as big a man as Manfredo, if not bigger.
And he's come down from, as we've said before, light middleweight down to welterweight now.
At last, Takaloo managed to plant a right hand, but he cut off the ring there well to get Jennings into the corner. But look at the way Jennings bullied him back across the ropes, across the ring, and then the flurry of punches ultimately to the midriff coming from Jennings.
So Jennings doing quite a good job on the inside in nullifying what Takaloo's trying to do. He's tying up his arms so he can't work freely. Coming back with lovely combinations, snappy combinations like that.
Iranian-born Takaloo moved to this country when he was 6 years old. Jennings, as he says, comes from that great northern fight town, Chorley. He's got a sense of humour. And a rich Lancashire accent to match.
Takaloo still waiting far too long to get his punches off. Jennings forever that elusive target. Plenty of lateral movement, beautifully high guard, nice little feints as well. It's all Jennings so far.
I can barely think of a worthwhile shot that Takaloo's landed so far. He landed a decent body shot earlier in the round, but there's not been a great deal else. Calls from the Jennings corner, side to side, keep providing that lateral movement, that elusive target, in and out, shots to the body and then up onto his toes, away out of harm's way.
Jennings is ring generalship at this present moment in time.
Takaloo's cut, Duke, left eye, left eyebrow. Takaloo is cut here in this third round.
Well, that's Jennings just keep peppering him with the jabs and the right hands. He can't miss him.
I remember when Takaloo cut up early in the fight against Daniel Santos. That was here in Cardiff, fought at Cardiff Castle a few years ago, and he allowed himself to be really upset by that. I wonder if this could be a key moment. Well, the cut not looking too bad there. They've worked away in that corner. Maybe that the right hand caused the nick, and there was a little spurt of blood in the closing seconds of that third round, but the corner seemed to have done a good job working on the injury.
You would expect, obviously, a change of tactic now from Takaloo.
Terry Stewart doing a decent job working away on that cut in the Takaloo corner. Takaloo momentarily switching there, moving out to a southpaw stance, but now he goes back to orthodox. Feinting to throw that big right hand, but it's one thing to sort of stand in an aggressive manner, but you don't score too many points like that.
Again, threatening but not delivering.
And Jennings will probably know, or at least his wise cornerman will know, that he's done enough to take those first 3 rounds, and that's a big advantage at this early stage of the fight. Takaloo needs to settle into a rhythm, and he's not found any way of doing so far. Went to work with Oliver Harrison in the Amir Khan gym for a while, did Takaloo, and he's cut now on his forehead as well as on the eye. Is now cut over the right eye, up on the forehead, and there's a lot of blood there on the face of Takaloo. That looks a bit of a mess.
I think that was a definite accidental clash of heads. They came together, there was an infringement. I think Jennings also appears to be cut over his left eye. Whether that's blood off of Takaloo, we'll have to wait and see.
That might be a smear of blood from Takaloo. I'm just trying to look closely as they come round into our corner, and oh, I don't know though. No, maybe there is a cut. There's a cut. Yeah, there's a cut on the left eyebrow of Jennings, and the blood trickling down his left cheek. And we're only in the 4th round here, and already both fighters bearing the badges of conflict.
Takaloo's looks far worse. The blood impairing his vision, going down into the right eye.
It's high on his forehead though, isn't it? Now Takaloo trying to detonate that right hand, but Jennings going to work, and at last now here the action starting to hot up. And Jennings quicker to the punches.
And Jennings sticking to his game plan, hitting and moving. Still trying to tie Takaloo up on the inside.
There was a theory in the Takaloo camp that Jennings might be a bit weak around the body, but they've not been able to get there. He's going, following after Jennings, trying to throw big hooks, but they're just not finding their way in. Plenty of work for both corners to do, though, to clean up the mess on the face of each fighter. Let's go have a look in the Takaloo corner first of all and see what sort of damage there is there. There's the nick over the left eye, but there's also damage over the right eye. And here's some of the action now. There's the clash of heads. We think that's where the damage may have come to the left eye of Jennings. Let's have another look, Duke. What do you reckon?
Well, there's the blood seeping from Takaloo's eye. There's the clash right there.
Now there's the clash of heads, which
and there's
opens up the other one.
There's the cut right on Takaloo's forehead.
And then when they came away, they found that Jennings had got a cut as well.
Listen, stay cool.
Stay cool, says Jim McDonald. Easier said than done, eh?
It's on your forward, there's no problems.
But get the jab working.
They want to see Takaloo starting to work behind the jab, box Jennings into distance.
Unfortunately for Takaloo, when you reduce your weight and you're coming down from a much heavier weight to fight at welterweight, that he obviously is, your skin becomes even more fragile.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're seeing. That's why he's cutting so easily.
Yep. I heard that in numerous occasions. I know that's one of Barry McGuigan's favourite observations, that when fighters maybe boil down a little bit too far, it makes them that little bit more vulnerable. You've got Jennings firmly in control, Duke. Just taking a look at your scorecard there.
I've struggled to give Takaloo a single round. I've got Jennings winning all 4 completed rounds thus far.
Pat Barrett works up in that gym, you know, the former European champion, works up with Brian Hughes, has been for many years, on and off, at the Hollyhurst and Moston gym, on the way up on the Oldham Road there, in a real tough part of Manchester. And he says the thing about Jennings is that he's got the gears, he works through them, and he doesn't just fight for 4 rounds and then slow down. He can go at this pace for the full 12.
Well, we've seen him do it several times previously.
Well, there's Takaloo coming forward, gloves down, trying to tempt Jennings in. I think Jennings is a bit too cute for that one. There again, you see Jennings beating Takaloo for hand speed as much as anything else, and when they get into the clinch, he's the match for his strength as well.
Well, I think he's beating Takaloo to the punch, probably 3 shots to 1. He's just that much busier.
Minute left in the 5th, and the crowd a little bit subdued. Plenty of Jennings fans have made the trip down from Lancashire, and he certainly got the warmer ovation when they were introduced to the crowd a few minutes ago.
A little bit of frustration creeping into Takaloo's work. Can't quite pin Jennings down, can't find that shot to staunch him, keep him still for long enough where he can deliver combinations.
Being outboxed at the moment, Duke.
Jennings getting more and more adventurous with his own right hand over the top.
A little bit of an air of desperation in the Takaloo corner. A second or two ago, we heard Jim McDonald really reading the riot act to the man from Margate, saying, "This is it. all your years in boxing. He's been a pro since 1997. Lose tonight, and where are you going to go? It's career on the line time.
Takaloo just doesn't appear to have the snap in his punches. They're laboured. And Jennings just constantly beating him to the punch.
Takaloo trying to give a bit of work, a bit of an opening to throw the big left hand. It's just not coming.
Quality now, come on.
Takaloo may be thinking in his own mind, if he has a big round and if he expends a lot of energy, what's he going to have left? He knows that Jennings will be there for the next round if he doesn't stop him, if he can't get the knockout. You know, Jennings will be coming straight back at him.
Terry Stewart in the Takaloo corner has done a pretty decent job on those injuries to the head. But there again, you see Jennings bullying Takaloo back. The 29-year-old Lancastrian looking physically the stronger man in there.
See, this close quarter exchange will tire Takaloo far more than it will Jennings. There's not a lot of clean work gone in there, but the physical contact, the bodily contact will tire him out if he's tight at the weight.
Well, the punch power of Takaloo has not been a factor so far. The cut around the left eye of Jennings looks as though it's worsening a little. There's a bit of a mask of blood around that left eye now. There's the right hand of Takaloo, trying to tee off, but there's good right hand in return from Jennings. Both of them throwing solid shots.
But, you know, I've said this before, John, one punch doesn't win you the round. It's been the only clean shot from Takaloo the whole round. It's like he's almost in a trance-like state. He just can't raise his game. I don't know if he's physically able.
Well, they're imploring him to work harder, just throw more shots. Now you see him trying to repel Jennings with a flurry of body shots, but Jennings will denied and keeps boring his way forward. Dave Parris having a look at those little clubs around the back of the head, bordering on the bounds of legality. Stadium. Takaloo is struggling. Looks as though his WBU welterweight title could be slipping away, because as we move into the second half of the fight, no question, Michael Jennings, the challenger from Chorley in Lancashire, is ahead. Brian Hughes looked as though he'd done a decent job working away on the damage to the left eye of Jennings.
Well, we say that, John, but we don't know how these judges are scoring this fight, and it being such a subjective thing, scoring. You know, I can't help but think that they can have him at least, 3, maybe 4 rounds up.
Well, if Takaloo's winning this fight, according to the judges, then they're seeing a different fight to the one I'm seeing. Although I must confess I got it wrong that time when he lost to Mutley, young Mutley, the Midlander. I thought that Jennings had won on that occasion, but the judges gave it a different story. They went for the power shots of Mutley as opposed to the work rate of Jennings. Oh, now what's that about? Left hand from Takaloo after Dave Parris had clearly shouted break, stop boxing.
There's a real urgency behind Jennings' jab now.
Jennings again, first to the punch, working in behind combinations. And Takaloo being able to do no more than cover up, and nothing coming back by way of response. Nothing meaningful. And Jennings onto the front foot again, bullying Takaloo back onto the ropes, right in front of where we're commentating.
Takaloo's almost fighting in slow motion. He just can't get to Jennings. He's always one punch behind.
He's had a few problems outside the ring, has Takaloo. Embroiled in a court case, which is not yet settled. I wonder whether that might have played on his mind. Certainly can't have helped.
He's looking quite confused in there, is Takaloo. You know, he's cut. He's a mile behind on points. Needs to find a big punch from somewhere to turn the tide. I don't know if he can.
Well, who knows? Maybe he's still got time to do it. Maybe he can still drag it out. But he's certainly, some of the snap and fire of his earlier days in boxing haven't been there tonight, as his head's rocked back again by those two leads as Jennings doubles up on the left jab.
Messing about now, yeah?
A smear of grease around the left eye of the challenger, Michael Jennings. Is he on his way to claiming this WBU title? 12 rounds and we're into the 8th. Jennings the challenger in the black and red shorts.
Nice little combination from Jennings, nice little 1-2s. In his mind, he can see the finish line. You know, we're into the 8th round. Last quarter of the fight, he can see the finish line in his own mind. And he's putting in a lot more pace and a lot more urgency on his punches. The pace can only quicken now, and Takaloo's work rate must almost certainly drop.
Well, Michael Jennings has been a professional since 1999. Only got the one defeat on his record, and the referee rightly, I think, saying let's keep the heads out of the equation. Yeah, that one defeat for Jennings came last year against young Mutley on a winning run since, and here trying to regain lost ground in his career. Maybe the WBO #1 rating was a little bit of an inflated ranking, but nevertheless it showed that this lad was certainly very much in the world title mix-up at one point.
The current WBO champion is one Mr. Margarito.
Who's a bit tasty.
He's a little bit tasty, John. But Jennings doing a fantastic job of boxing. Hasn't really lost concentration at all throughout the whole of this fight. Stinging, snappy punches again from him. Now it's his turn to try and work Takaloo on the inside to the body.
Well, here comes Jennings again, starting to unload with powerful shots. He's got so much more spring in his footwork than Takaloo as well. Takaloo pretty much flat-footed, just plodding after him.
Jennings' tactics have been spot on from the first bell. He's known in his own mind he doesn't have to get involved, in a toe-to-toe with Takaloo to beat him. He's just beating him on the outside. But this kind of a fight is really just for the purists of this game. It's just pure boxing.
The fireworks that Takaloo needs have not been there once again. Well, certainly the way that Duke McKenzie and I are reading this, Michael Jennings, the challenger, very much in control, and Takaloo needs something big to turn it around. I wonder how Barry McGuigan's reading it. Barry?
John, I see it exactly the same. Last third of the fight, and really, Takaloo has just turned up, and the well is dry tonight. He's got no snap, he's got no speed. Jennings is beating him to the punch every single time. He's running off combinations, and what's significant is now in the last 2 rounds he's starting to bring the fight to Takaloo. Takaloo's still tough, he's got that looping overhand right, but and he's going to trade on his toughness, but it's all Jennings up there.
Sorry.
Thoughts there of Barry McGuigan into the 9th round. And you know, you could, I think, if you were looking at it through Lancastrian glasses, score every single round to Jennings. It's possible.
I struggle to give Takaloo a single round, maybe a share of one of the rounds, but certainly no more than that.
Takaloo's got to really find a big shot, take the spring out of Jennings' legs. Goes to work for the body with that right hand, but it was only a glancing blow. And still Jennings, the physical fitness fanatic, is up on his feet, providing just as much lateral movement and speed as he was in the opening round. Remarkably fit fighter.
There's only 2 questions I would be asking myself in this particular fight, John, about what I'm seeing is, A, is Takaloo dead at the weight, or B, is Jennings just that much better than he is?
Or is Takaloo a declining force? Solid right hand, while you were saying that from Jennings, it was a really good quality shot, and he's fighting very effectively in retreat, picking his man off with leads as he moves back. And a look of frustration etched across the features of Takaloo as another right hand buds its way home. Dave Parris, vastly experienced referee, hasn't had too much to do, told him to clean up the action, the clashes of the heads, which were partially instrumental in the injuries to both men's faces earlier in the fight.
It would appear, John, that Takaloo, as you've already said, is still a name but no longer a threat at top level.
He can only be disappointed with this one.
Jennings hasn't stopped moving all night long.
No, he's done very well indeed. As I've said before, a very likeable lad, and he's a boy who's come through tragedy in his life. His brother Raymond died from a heroin overdose not so long back, and Michael's a boy who's dedicated himself to boxing and really made something out of his life. And still, I know when he goes in the ring, that thought about his brother in the back of his mind. He doesn't just fight for himself. Closing seconds of the 9th, and still Takaloo tries to come forward, tries to look for the clean shots, but they're just not there for whatever reason tonight, and time is running out.
Takaloo willing.
Takaloo was trying to come forward there, trying to find the big payoff punch. You see the cut around the left eye again.
Match him all the way through.
Just hear what's being said in that corner.
You've got the game plan, you just stick in the jab, you're touching him, and now you're putting the shots together in bunches. You've got to work hard, Teg.
Stand there. I 1-2 and then jump out.
Oh, they wanted more out of him. On the other side, on the Jennings corner, I think they're a lot altogether more happy with the way things are.
It's about one now, Teg. It's about the mind. Don't wake up tomorrow and start crying. Do it now. I've told you that before. Teg, I'm being honest, you're probably behind.
Almost got panic in his voice.
You've got to go. Take both hands, not reckless, but hard work.
Seconds out, round 10.
10th round, 10th of 12.
Well, Takaloo has to gamble now. He's got to roll the dice, he's just got to let it go.
Well, very well rolling the dice, but if you can't find the table to throw him down on, he's just been chasing shadows almost all the way through tonight. I'm sure a few people watching might have expected more fireworks out of this one. But boxing's not just about going toe-to-toe and landing big shots, it's also about strategy, about tactics, and Jennings, for me, has employed the right ones. Still up on his toes, staying right away from Takaloo, in and out, doubling up on the jabs and then landing those cute little rights over the top like that, and another one. A few chants go up from the Jennings fans.
And you just feel that Jennings has still got so much more in the tank. He can do this all night long. He's in a nice rhythm. He's got his conditioning. Managed to keep his composure throughout. Hasn't put a foot wrong all night long. And Takaloo's just been hitting thin air.
Certainly has. Takaloo trying to bully his way into it, trying to land the power shots, but Jennings covering up well and returning it with interest, as once again he bullies Takaloo there back onto the ropes before the referee's intervention comes. He's gambling now, Takaloo, trying to just find the one big shot. He's headhunting, but no suggestion that it's going to be able to find its target. Jennings looks as alert and as bright as the first round.
You know, unfortunately for Takaloo, he's really looks old in there tonight, John. Yeah. He's grown old overnight, he really has.
For a man of 31, he certainly looks a well-worn fighter. Closing seconds of the round. Another one for Jennings. Well, I know you've given a round to Takaloo, Duke, but Jennings
left up there.
is just way ahead, surely. This is the Takaloo corner.
Nick it off you. Right, think of your children at home. Think of your future. Right, you've got to do it tonight. You've got to...
Jennings putting his punches together well again in that round, and looks so much fresher. Duke said that he looks an old fighter, Takaloo. Harsh thing to say, but you know, I mean, you've been in there and you know there comes a time when it's just not there.
It's just not there tonight for him. There's no snap. There's no drive in his approach.
6 minutes ago.
There's no urgency.
Both hands, Tack. The right hand, come back with left up, because when you come back to the second shot, you always nail it.
Just 6 minutes left, in which Takaloo, the champion from Margate, in the white, green and red shorts, who must be behind on the judges' scorecard, surely just 6 minutes in which he can now find a way to roll back the years and turn this one around. You can see he's coming in gloves low, trying to tempt Jennings in and trying to at last get the openings for his big punches which so far just have not been there.
Well, the mind is willing, but the body is oh so weak.
In comes Jennings again. Nice, effective, quick 1-2s, good snapping, straight punches. Guard still kept high and still so elusive, up on his toes, moving around. And Takaloo doing little more than trudge after him.
You kind of wait for Jennings' pace to drop.
It's not going to happen. The only time I've really seen Jennings' pace drop was against Bradley Price when he got chinned, you know, and then his pace drops. But it's not remotely looked like happening here.
It's been quite a superb performance by young Jennings.
Say young, he's not that young. I mean, he's 29, isn't he? But he looks like a 19-year-old the way he's jumping around the ring. Got a good right hand from Jennings, really good shot there. And once again now, Takaloo's face is an absolute mess of blood. Right-hand side of the face, particularly from that injury on the forehead, now dripping into his right eye, and as you said before, Duke, got to be affecting his vision.
Absolutely. He doesn't appear to have anything left now, Takaloo, except just a little bit of ambition. Still ploughing forward, still looking for a way to win the fight, but it's just not happening for him.
That 7-4 shot for him to win on points, which I know a few from the Jennings camp had a few bob on, is looking very, very handy indeed.
Jennings still landing with everything that he's throwing at Takaloo. If he was a puncher, Takaloo would have been in a lot more trouble.
Well, Takaloo's had his moments when he's thrown big punches before, but he's just not had the speed, maybe the snap to find a way through with those shots in this particular fight, where Jennings has comprehensively outboxed him. And there again, lovely little combination from Jennings, catching the eye in the closing seconds of a round once again that for me he's dominated. Well, I thought that Jennings had a great shot of winning this fight, but I did think it would be a little bit closer than it's been. But Takaloo at no stage really has found a way in which to trouble this man. The cut to that left eye really has been the only discomfort that he's suffered.
Well, I've got an almost landslide shutout to Jennings.
Straight shots right down the middle, okay?
I think there's an argument for saying he's taken the lot.
Looking for it's going to come at you.
Brian Hughes,
100 miles an hour, okay?
been in the game a long time. Sometimes he gets a little bit disillusioned with modern boxing, but I think that this will have refired his enthusiasm.
Seconds out, 12 and final round.
Last round, the two-touch gloves. Takaloo's been told he needs a knockout. Jennings, I'm sure, will have been told just stay out of harm's way. Keep on your boxing, work off your jab, and don't get drawn into toe-to-toe stuff.
And he's boxing true to form. Still got the lateral movement, still got the composure, still popping out a beautiful, well-timed jab.
Takaloo, 31 years old. Made a few quid out of boxing over the years and had his moments where he's flirted with really genuine world class. He needed badly to win this one, to hang on to his title, but for me it looks as though it could be changing hands. Jennings has produced as good a fight as he could have expected, I think. And Takaloo still just trying to sway his way in, trying to slip his way through punches to work into a position where he can still, even at this late stage, throw the one payoff punch. Can he find it? I suspect not. Jennings still oh so fresh.
Isn't he just?
Great tribute to his dedication. Well, there's a right hand from Takaloo, but it was only a glancing blow. Jennings just saw it coming at the last moment, was able to slip inside.
Yeah, Jennings doing the right thing now, just getting on his bike. He knows this one's in the bag, doesn't have to take any unnecessary risks. He's allowing Takaloo to follow him, to chase him. But I don't even think Takaloo will be able to catch him at this late stage.
Takaloo looking tired and disillusioned. He wants to throw the one big right hand, but he's, instead of being able to wind up and throw that, he's having to eat more punishment from Jennings.
And tactics have played a very important part in Jennings' winning this fight, if he goes on to win this fight.
Yeah, there is still that one if, but I'll tell you what, if he doesn't get this verdict, it would be one of the biggest travesties that I've seen, I think. Right! Surely he's on his way to claiming the title.
Well, we're on the countdown now, John.
Judges are Carl Rogers, Reg Thompson and Mickey Van. Dave Parris, the referee, is doing a good job with this one. Oh, good little right hand from Jennings. Lovely shot, right on the bell. Well, Takaloo holds his gloves over his head. Not sure whether he's trying to kid himself or whatever, but as Jennings does the victory walk and is now chaired aloft by one of his cornermen, that surely is the man who is shortly going to be announced as the winner. I thought that was a really impressive performance.
It was good to watch. You know, it wasn't terribly exciting. There were no knockdowns. However, there were a few cuts, but the boxing overall was pretty emphatic from Michael Jennings.
Michael Jennings, 29 years old. He's been with Brian Hughes throughout his career, the man who there is just patching up that left eye, which may have been through a clash of heads, may have been a right hand from this man, Takaloo, whose face is also a bit of a mess, both eyes cut, and there's that evil-looking gash on the forehead. But now comes the anxious wait for both men as the scorecards are tallied up. Michael Pass just gathering up the deliberations of the WBU supervisor. And, well, Jennings has got the smile on his face. He thinks that he's got it, and there's Jim McDonnell, Takaloo's trainer, offering his congratulations. Jim, still a fitness fanatic himself, and I'm sure he would have admired the performance of Michael Jennings. Still we wait. Crowd patiently, surely poised to salute a new champion. And I can't for the life of me think what this hold-up is. I'm still checking the cards, and there's an awful long wait. I hope there's no problem with what's been there. But now Michael Pass has moved into position and is ready, and I think that in a moment we are able to get the result of this fight. WBU welterweight title fight. Is it Takaloo? Is it Michael Jennings? Let's find out now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of World Championship Boxing, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Carl Rogers sees the contest 117 to 111. Judge Reg Thompson scores the contest 115 to 114. And Judge Mickey Van scores the contest 115 to 113. All three judges in full agreement via way of unanimous decision, and new
Jennings has got it.
welterweight champion of the world from Chorley, Michael the Roger Jennings.
Michael Jennings from Chorley is the new WBU welterweight title. One of the judges only scoring it by 1 round, which I find absolutely baffling. 2 rounds from another, 6 rounds from a third, which is closer to where I had it. But I suppose at the end of the day, whatever the points scoring, justice done. New champion, Michael Jennings. Jim.
Justice done, but a couple of those judges making it a lot closer than we all saw it at ringside. We will have a word with the new champion very shortly. The crowd building here at the Millennium Stadium, and Joe Calzaghe has arrived, just coming in here, got a bit of a beard on for his 20th defence tonight, and looking very calm as he arrives for work. We will be right back. Jennings, ecstatic, the new WBU welterweight champion. Well done, Michael. We all rated your performance very, very highly indeed. We were a bit surprised the judges scored it rather closely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not good at reading the points, me. Like, I'm always every 2 minutes I'm asking Brian and Del, how am I getting on? They said you're way in front, like, and that is what I am bad at. You know, sometimes it does get me to go into a fight because I'm thinking I'm losing a fight, but tonight I just listened to exactly to what they said, and I come off the victorious one.
How important was this one for you? Where were you going if you'd have lost for a start?
God only knows. You tell me. Obviously, I'm glad it eventually come off. Like we had a few problems and what have you, but it all got sorted out in the end today. And I'm glad it was Takaloo as well, because he is a recognised name and what have you. And I've come down here. We've both come on neutral grounds, and I boxed his head off, like, sort of thing, and beat him.
Just one thing for you. What are you, 29 now? You're unbelievably fit fella for that age.
Yeah, I've always, ever since I was a kid at Chorley ABC there, when I first started off.
The fighting town of Chorley.
Chorley, where people go to fight. That's what it is. I've always trained, you know, religiously every day. I never miss a gym. Brian and that always knows, you know what I mean. I'm always there for Brian, Pat Barrett, Del Wall, Mike Jackson. Just want to thank all them as well, you know, for everything that they've done for me in the last few weeks training.
It's paid off for you tonight. Very well done, champ.
Cheers, Jim. Thank you. Cheers, Charlie.